Welcome everybody to our class today, Activating the Heart Chakra with Yin Yoga. My name is Eleni. Thank you for joining me, and we will be using 2 yoga blocks and perhaps a yoga blanket or a beach towel. Let's begin in heart bench pose, placing our first block on the lowest level underneath the shoulder blades, the second block on the medium height, connected to the back of the head for support. Options for the legs: you can keep the feet together and the knees wide for a butterfly pose, working through the hips, or feel free to extend the legs as wide as the mat here as I'm doing. And then allow the arms to come out to the side, the palms facing up. Let's make sure that we're comfortable here, feeling supported through the back body. Feeling that gentle lift and elevation of the chest and the heart, coming into that supported back bend. Taking a moment here to soften the gaze or close the eyes. Sweeping our awareness into the physical body. Scanning the body and noticing what arises today, here and now. Then allowing the body to settle in here, noticing sensation, noticing any gripping, giving ourselves permission to be in this sacred space here and now. An option here to deepen the stretch through the front of the body and the chest is to interlace the fingers and bring them behind the head. This may be too much for the shoulders, and in that case, just bring the arms beside the body. If you also need support here, you can rest, bringing a bolster or a pillow underneath the back of the hands. Please take the shape that feels best for your body in each pose. It really is about how it feels for you, and it doesn't matter what it looks like. Everybody will look different and have their own expression. So whatever time of the day you're coming to this practice, just allow this space to be yours, carving out this special, sacred me time. We might infuse the energy of this practice with an intention or an affirmation, or simply just allowing the body to receive what it needs. A slow and gentle breath helps to bring the body deeper. Noticing where your breath is moving, bringing it deep into the base of the belly and letting it rise. And if you do have the arms overhead, feel free to release them beside the body for a few breaths here, palms facing up. Slowly begin to walk the legs closer together and the arms beside the body, the palms facing down. We'll use the muscles of the belly to lift us into a forward fold here, moving the spine in the opposite direction. Feel free to bend the knees generously here, bringing the belly to the thigh and the chin towards the chest. Allowing that gentle curve through the back, the length of the neck. And just softening here in this rebound pose, noticing how the energy shifts, changes, or moves throughout the body after holding in a static posture. And slowly begin to unravel here, lengthening the spine. And from here, we'll make our way into a child's pose. So here we're going to come into Sphinx arms and move into our folded wings, which is a deep opener for the back body in between the shoulder blades and the shoulders. So for me, I have my right arm. Once you start from Sphinx, fold your right arm in and then your left on top, and then you'll start to wiggle the fingers away from each other. Softening the chin, you might use a block underneath the forehead if you'd like to. Now, this may not be comfortable for everybody, especially if we have a shoulder injury or anything going on. So I'll encourage you to move the arms a little bit further away, and you can tuck the forehead into the crook of the arm. And this pose can actually be done on the belly as well. So if the knees are not comfortable holding and sustaining a child's pose for this long, please feel free to take this variation of the arms on the belly. So we call this pose folded wings. You can imagine why here. And then noticing the back of the heart. So the back of the heart is opening. We're creating that expansion through the fascial network here. And sometimes this pose, for me especially, gets so deep into the connective tissue, we might be feeling an itchiness. Like the tissue is moving and we can feel it actually spreading apart. So it's a tingly, but not a numb tingly, more like a stretchy, things are really happening in a safe and curious way. So as we hold here and we make ourselves as comfortable as possible, even though this is one of those poses that is pretty edgy for most, I'd like to read to you some adjectives and nouns that are associated with the Yin practice. And I'm getting this list from The Tao of Inner Peace by Diane Dreher. So some things we might see or feel with yin and the polarity of yang would be darkness, the moon, night, earth, water, open, soft, passive, contemplative, feminine, nurturing, feeling, listening, intuition, unconscious, knowing. Slowly we begin to release, lifting the gaze, unwinding the arms. An option here for rebound is to tuck the knees in closer and come into that seat of a child pose, wrapping the arms around the outside of the legs. If we need a break here, please come onto the belly instead and rest. We'll meet here with the tall spine lengthening and rolling the shoulders a couple times up, down, and back. Shaking the hands out if you'd like to. And making our way back to our child's pose or on the belly for our next side. Folding our left wing in first with the right on top. And then walking the fingers away from each other. Softening the chin towards that top arm, or relaxing the forehead on a block. Again, adjust this pose to make sure that it is safe and comfortable for your shoulders, whether that's walking the arms out a little bit further or resting on the belly. And then softening and breathing here, noticing the spaces that we start to cultivate. Filling those inner spaces with our own inner light. Allowing some gentleness here to wash through the tension. To wash through the energy that we're feeling. And please make the adjustments that you need to support your body. A slow and gentle breath. Next, next breath, we start to release here, lifting the gaze, releasing the arms. We'll take our counter pose here on the belly this time, releasing, softening the right cheek to the mat, arms beside the body. And switching cheeks here, left side. And coming back through center and rolling the shoulders up, down, and back a couple times. And then bringing the palms underneath the shoulders. Just kidding. We're going to do our starfish pose next. Here's where it can feel nice to have a blanket, not necessary, just an added prop. So if you've never done this pose, go ahead and watch me first. We're going to shimmy the body to the left side of the mat. And then reach out with your right arm so your palm is in line with the shoulder, palm facing down. Bend your left elbow and press your palm into the mat, and then swivel onto your right hip. So here the knees are in line with the belly button or the hips. The left palm can be next to the chest here. The head is supported by a blanket or the floor. And then this is where we can stay if you would like, and this is a lot of sensation through the chest. Stay just as you are. If you'd like to explore a bind, you can start by wrapping that left arm behind the small of the back and the palm is facing out. Now just notice here if something is not feeling right for your right shoulder, I'll ask you to roll back onto the belly and then adjust. And then of course we need to support the head and neck. If there's any hanging of the joints here, we need to support with a block or a pillow or something. Again, this can be quite intense. And as we are working with the energy center of the Heart Chakra, begin to notice here what might arise in this space of the awareness. And as you tune in energetically, feel free to take the final bind that I will be offering for this posture, which is the left foot planted, lifting that left knee high. So without judgment, we can tune into this energy center, notice what is moving here, what feels alive in this space. Do we have any type of pain, tension, discomfort? And if so, how can we just be with it and hold it and love it as our own? And the truth is that this is the human experience. It comes with all the things, not just the love and the light. It comes with the pain, the heartache, the grief, the confusion. And when we can just hold the space, if we can love that which arises without needing it to change, it will transmute on its own. And releasing that top knee, we'll come back onto the belly, just so tender and gentle here. Elongate the neck forehead or rest the left cheek, and then reach the arms beside the body, and we'll just soften here. Just letting that deep stretch reverberate here through the right side of the body. And shifting our body to the right side, we'll reach out with the left arm, the palm faces down. Use your right hand to swivel onto the left hip and have the knees in line with the hips. And here we can stay just as we are. If you need to adjust, please come back onto the belly. Otherwise, wrap that arm behind the small of the back and the palm facing out. And notice how this side may feel a bit different. I noticed when I was doing this practice that my right side, maybe I had been using that a lot more because it's dominant, was way tighter than my left. We are asymmetrical beings. And that is perfect. Breathing and settling into the sensation. If we're moving into binds here, we can wrap that right arm, if you haven't done so already, behind the small of the back. You can lift the right leg, plant the foot on the floor, opening the hip. Please do not push beyond the edge. Not too much, not too little, but just enough. Releasing that top knee, extending the legs, releasing the bind with the arm, rocking onto the belly softly, resting the right cheek here. Just feeling that sweet surrender of the rebound pose. Allowing whatever has shifted to settle. Coming back through center, palms under shoulders. Let's glide onto the heels here. Take a couple shoulder rolls up, down, and back. And we'll make our way on our backs here. So feel free to keep that blanket if you'd like underneath the head for support. We'll come into cactus arms. keeping the arms at 90 degrees, and we'll take a twist. So let the knees fall to the left or the right, and if you'd like, bring that same hand on the side to rest on the thigh. And that opposite arm is in goalpost here, helping to expand through the chest and the heart. And this is a quick twist, so we'll come back through center, readjust, take it to the opposite side, and come into goalpost, half goalpost. And just starting to feel the body really deeply relaxing, if we can. And gently coming back through center, hugging the knees to the chest, little rock here, right to left. Happy baby pose, if that feels good for you, grabbing outer edges of the feet or the shins. And of course, if you like to rock here, just slowly moving right to left. Releasing when you're ready, taking any final movements, and we'll begin to find our rest. Corpse pose. I'm going to be setting up in constructive rest with the feet wide and the knees together. Please take your most comfortable variation of corpse, whether that's the legs long or the knees supported. However you'd like to rest completely. As the waters of a pure mountain spring slowly cleanse a stagnant pond, so by circulating loving energies, we can gradually heal our world. Quoted from the Tao of Inner Peace. Feeling the connection here of that softening, cradling of the earth below. Feeling that gentle surrender of the practice, of any doingness, and resting and rejuvenating in the beingness. And please feel free to stay as long as you'd like here. Otherwise, begin to reawaken the toes, the fingers, the ankles and wrists. Reaching the arms overhead, hugging the knees to the chest, rocking onto one side, and gently pressing up to a tall seat as we conclude. The arms reaching up as we scoop all of our inner light into the space of the heart. With gratitude, thank you so much for joining me today. Wishing you peace, love, and light. Thank you for being here with me. And if you like this content, please support the channel, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Also, please check out my sister channel listed in the description below, Mindful Metta, where you can find gentle yin music and guided meditations led by yours truly. Thanks again, everybody. Wishing you lots of love. Namaste.